Hey everybody, it's Deb Joyce Meek from Delight of My Art, and I have another fun tutorial for you today. It is summertime, just about. Everybody's almost done with school. The kids have one more week left, and it is coming up on wedding season. So I have a nice wedding card for you to do. Since you might have to be doing a lot of these, I made it note card size because our note cards are so affordable, $6, and I think you get 20 note cards and envelopes. So you could get the Whisper White or the Very Vanilla. But this is the card that I made. Isn't that cute? This one is using Flirty Flamingo and Pear Pizzazz. And we're going to be making another color combo today using some of the new in colors because the catalog launched yesterday. And if you haven't had a chance to check out all the fun new items and the new in colors, please check out the link that I will have, and I will also be doing a couple other color combinations on my new blog. I started a blog and I have a website, so I'm super excited about that too. So it is delightofmyart.com. Yay! So check that out, and let's get stamping. Let's make another card. Okay, so here's the project that we're going to be making today. On this cute little note card, we have the wedding theme here on the Better Together stamp set. We've got Here's to a Great Wedding and an Even Better Life Together, and then on the inside, All the Best for a Future Filled with Love. So there we have that, and then this matching little heart and arrows will go on the envelope, and then of course we're using the rose for the background and then a little accent right here. This Better Together set is so versatile. It actually comes with 2 cases full of stamps, with inside and outside sentiments and pictures to go with the sentiments. So this is just fantastic. That is carried over to the new catalog, which was again launched yesterday, June 1st, so you should be able to order that whenever. Let's just go ahead and pick a color here. I had a hard time picking which colors I wanted to use. I think I might... this is the new Berry Burst, one of the new in colors, and this is Fresh Fig. Look at how amazing all of these colors look together with the Flirty Flamingo. I love that. I'm going to have to do some kind of color combination with those 3 colors at some point. But I think I'm going to go with Fresh Fig for the video and match it with Lemon Lime Twist for the leaves. So let's see how that looks. This is an experiment. I like to see how things go with new color combos. So let's just see how it goes. So we'll keep this here for reference. And then we've got our largest oval, the stitch-shaped framelits oval I cut out in the Fresh Fig already. And then we've got our little note card. Yes, this does come with 20 in a set, matching envelopes and cards. So super economical, really great deal for that. I'm just going to go ahead and fold that over right now. They come pre-scored. Can't get better than that. Get my bone folder out here. And I've got my envelope here, but I'll just set that aside for right now. What we're going to do is do the, we'll do the sentiment here first. This is all going to be stamped in Versamark ink and then embossed with white embossing powder. So I actually used clear here, but you could go either way because it's on white. So I'm going to use my white embossing powder, and I'm going to get my Stampin' Buddy out and wipe all my papers with this. This just helps the powder not stick to the background, and if you do have any little clingers, I like to just brush them off with the tip of my scissors. So I'm going to brush this and actually the front of this. We'll just, since we've got this out, like that. Okay. So we'll set that aside for now. We'll do this one first. I'm going to get my Stampin' Pierce mat. I just like how this makes a nice clean image with the stamping. Alright, so here's our sentiment. Here's to a great wedding. And I'll get my Versamark ink out. Here it is. Don't need that anymore. Okay. So we'll just ink this up pretty good. And then make sure our oval is straight across this way. And then stamp that right there. Give it a good press. That looks good. Now I'm going to put it in my embossing buddy. This is a embossing tray. You can just use a piece of paper if you don't want to pay for one of these. Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry these anymore. This one actually was from Stampin' Up!, but I searched on Amazon. You can get any other kind of brand too. I think there's a combo that has like this size and then one bigger size where you could do 8.5 by 11, and it was like $10.99. So for both of those. Okay, so I've got it in here. It's all been rubbed with the embossing buddy and then stamped with the Versamark. I'm going to put my white embossing powder, just dump it. You don't have to be frugal because you can dump it right back in this little tin. So just lift that up, tap it off. Look at that. We've got a little bit of crumbs over here. I'm just going to wipe the edges with my fingers. This is what the embossing buddy helps with. This would be a lot worse if I hadn't used that. And so any little teensy things that are stuck like in between letters, I would take the tip of my scissors, which is pretty pointy, and just kind of scrape it. But this is looking pretty good. I think there's a little dot right above this N. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to put this white powder right back in here. Make sure that before you use your tray every time, you wipe it out. Last time I used it, I used silver, and then I forgot to wipe it out, and then I got a little bit of silver in my white embossing powder. So that's no good. We're going to be using white again though, so I'm going to just not worry too much about that, wiping it right now. Okay, so we're going to heat emboss this in just a second. It can sit like that, that's fine. And now we're going to stamp the roses. I want to stamp a little bit off the page a little bit, so this one I gotta work kind of quickly because I don't want my Versamark to dry out, and I'm stamping a lot on this page. So we've already rubbed it with the embossing buddy. So once we get going here, I'm gonna have to go and do it pretty quickly. I'm gonna get another piece of scrap paper for right here because I don't want it on the back of the card, but I do want it coming off of the page. Actually, we'll just do it like this. Well, it kind of pops up that way. I'm going to get another piece of scrap paper for this side. There we go. Just some printer paper. That just makes it nice and clean. Okay, so here we go. Just going to stamp all over, and I'm twisting the stamp as I go. Some of them will be off the page and some of them will be fully on, since we will be covering up some of this, but I don't know exactly where. So we'll just keep turning. I'm going to do it all over, even though I know some of this will be covered up. And keep in mind we will be coloring this in. So I want some green from the leaves to be here, there, and everywhere. So I don't want to put all the leaves off the page. Some of them will be on here. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I think that's good. So right away I'm going to put this into this tray. And again, oops, push it up here. Cover up my Versamark ink, get that out of the way, and then sprinkle this with the white. I'm going to dump almost the entire container on here to get it fully covered. Tap that off. Embossing is so much fun. If you have not tried it, I highly, highly recommend it. It works like magic. It's so fun. Okay, so we're gonna dump that back into the container here. I will wipe that clean after the video is done. Right now we can emboss this. So I've got my heat tool here. I'm going to turn it up to the second level here. There's level 1 for drying ink, level 2 is for embossing. So this is going to be a little loud, but we'll go ahead and get this heat set. I like to keep it moving so it doesn't warp the paper too much. And don't put it too close to the paper. Oh, it's starting to change. There it goes. This is really hot on my thumb, so I'm going to switch my fingers here. That is warm. So cool. Alright, now we're going to do this part. Hopefully I have a better hand hold on this one. You see the pattern on there? Let's see. I don't know. So it just takes a minute. There it goes. You see the first rose went? This one's going. Almost done. Give it a once over. There we go. Okay, so this provides a really nice, subtle look for the background of your card. You could actually just leave it like this. Look at that. It just looks so nice. But I want to color it in because that's fun. So we are done with this for now. Let's color it in. So we're going to take our fresh fig, push on it so we get some color in the lid. And then our lemon lime twist too. Oh, let's get that a little bit better. We want more ink to play with. There we go. So those two colors should look good together. I'm going to get out my blender pen. This comes in a set of 3. And I've only used this one marker. Look how clean it gets if you just scribble it on some scratch paper. You can keep on using it. So I'm going to take some of this color here and kind of bring it out into the clean part of the lid so it's not quite so bold. And we're just going to go in the petals here. Just kind of go around in a circle. So some areas are lighter and some are darker as you go. I see I didn't stamp all the way to the edge, or the stamp didn't work quite all the way to the edge, so that's okay. Oh, this is looking cool. Alright, a little bit more dark right there. There. And so I'll just keep going until I'm filled all the roses in, and then I'll show you the leaf part too. It's the same way to do it. Just kind of get some color on the pen and scribble it in between the lines. And it doesn't show up where it's been embossed. So I'll go ahead and try to fast forward this part for you. Okay, now that we got the roses colored in, I'm going to take my scratch paper and clean off the tip of my blender pen here. You can see that that's clear now, even though the tip's stained just a little bit. Just go ahead and use the other side for the green. Be careful because this is probably still a little bit wet. The last one I smudged just a little bit with my hand as I went across. That's why this sentiment is so high on the card. I was covering up a pretty bad smudge, but you can't really tell. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the lemon lime twist on the leaves here. Same way we did before with the other color, the fresh fig. You guys just loving these in colors? They look nice together. Ooh, that looks nice. I like that. It's nice and bright. This card is subtle, but this one will be a little bit more bold, I think. This is going pretty quick. Okay, now we have all the leaves, and I'm going to clean off my tip again. Excuse me. Okay, so we have the front of our card. I want to let that dry before I do anything with that. And now we've got to stamp our two roses here that go on the front as an accent. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Pierce mat again and get my rose stamp. I'm going to clean off the Versamark that was on there. And we're going to be stamping 2 times in each color because I'm going to fussy cut around the roses and then I'm going to fussy cut around the leaves and attach them separately. So first, let's do the lighter color. We're going to do 2. Actually, I could have just done the edge. I've got to get my scrap white, Whisper White. I'm just going to do it off the edge. Like so. 2 of those. Got my Stampin' Scrub off camera here. And now I'm going to do, I do need to keep that open because I'm going to color that in too. Okay, so now I'm going to use, excuse me, the fresh fig. We'll do it off this edge. So I'm using the same portion of the cardstock. And I got it all good. Just barely. Okay. So I'm going to color this before I fussy cut it out, so I'm happy with the results before I take the time to cut it all out. So let's take our blender pen again. This should be dry already. It should dry pretty quick. Since this is the same color as the outline that we're coloring it in with, I want to make sure that I have some light areas in here, maybe even some plain white like this right here, if you can see that. That way you get a little bit more contrast, because with these roses you have the white outlines showing some white in the flowers. These, if you colored it in all the way, it would just be one big blob. So you gotta be careful coloring those in. So I'm gonna take this and just kind of do the outside of the petals. Yeah, it's light enough. Okay, so can you see what I'm doing here? The outside of the petals, leaving some white areas in there. You don't need white areas everywhere, but you want to make sure that you're not coloring everything in all the way. So I'm just following the outside edges of each petal. That's looking pretty good. I want to color in this one just a little bit more because it's got too much white there. Okay. Sorry, I got a little something in my throat or something. Okay, this is too dark. There, that's a little bit better. I'm going to color this one in too. Same thing. Leave a little bit of white space. It shouldn't take long to do this. Pick up a little bit more color if you're getting a little too light. In the center, just color a little bit less and make sure to leave those white spaces because those areas are so small. I'm going to get really light and color in some of these bigger petals just a little bit more. And I want to leave a couple of darker areas that fade right to the edge of the leaf here. Okay, I think those look really nice. Let's do the same with the green. So I'm going to close up my fresh fig so it doesn't dry out. My nice new color. And we'll go ahead and use this lemon lime twist. Now with this one I put little lines in it, kind of like leaves. So I think we'll do that too. Do a line down the center with the boldest of the color. Do some lines coming off of that. And then we'll color the rest of the leaf in with a paler version of this color. There. Alright, now I'm going to fussy cut these out, which you probably don't want to watch me have to do, but it shouldn't take long, so what I'm going to do is make sure to leave these little pieces of roses here so I have something to attach to the back of these. So I will cut a little bit inside these rose lines on the green ones, and then start on the outside of the leaves, of course, and then just cut the leaves completely off of the fresh fake ones. Okay, I will cut these and be right back. Okay, so I got the flowers and the leaves all cut out, and I'm going to use my snail adhesive to put those leaves on the flowers. So I'm just going to put it on the rose part that's sticking off of the leaves, and then stick the flower right on top of that. So it's kind of like a little puzzle where that will fit, but I figured that out before I turned the camera back on. So this little flower part right here has a little extra wrinkle, and that fits on this side over here. Just helps the leaves stick out a little bit more if you line up where the leaves were sticking off the flower before. That looks so nice. Okay, now I'll do the other one. Pinch that, and then I'm going to put them like this onto this piece right here. I'm going to just put it on, so I don't want any sticky parts on the underneath right here where it's sticking off of the oval. So I'm going to put it on the top half of this one, and then the top half of this one, which is the bottom half when you turn it over. Okay, and then we're just going to place those together. I want the leaves a little bit floating down like this. Let's stick those together with the little bit of adhesive that will overlap on the back there, and then we can put those down on here. Ooh, that's pretty. I like it. That looks nice. Oh, I'm pleased with this color combo. It looks really good. Okay, so where do I want to put this? I could put it anywhere really on here. I could put it on the near the bottom like that. Get that out of the way. I could put it in the middle. The only reason I put it up high here was to cover up that smudge. Should we put it somewhere different this time? Let's do that. Let's do it in the middle. And I want to put some more of this silver thread behind, but in order to stick that on, we're going to put this up on dimensionals and then stick the silver thread to the dimensionals. So let's put some of those on here. Maybe 4. Did you see that the new catalog has mini dimensionals? That is fabulous. I cannot wait to get those in my hands. This obviously would not need mini dimensionals, but you know, those tiny little pieces that you want to pop up, or a bigger item that has one tiny little piece that kind of sticks off that you don't want falling down to your card, like the hot air balloons, the little basket. You'd want that not to be flat against the card while the rest of the balloon is popped up. Anyway, okay, so we're going to make 3 loops on the top and on the bottom. So let's loop 1 here. I'm going to stick this over here for the 1 loop up there. Let's see. This is kind of a surgery here. Alright. Stick that over there so it stays. This one's going to be the middle over here. Whee! Where am I going? Okay, so I don't know if you can see what I'm doing on this brown background. Will the white help? Maybe. Can you see that a little bit better? Maybe. Actually, it looks okay like that. Maybe I won't add another one on the top side. Let's take a look at it. That looks nice. I think that's good. I was going to put 3 loops on the top and 3 loops on the bottom, but I think it's okay, because these turned out pretty evenly spaced already. Okay, so now I just have to plop this on here without dropping it and making it in a weird spot. Okay, how about right there? Since I have this green background, or this green leaves right here, I didn't want to cover up those and then just have this a tiny bit of green over here. With this here, I wanted a little bit more green top and bottom, so I think that looks good right there. What do you think? Oh, we have to do the envelope. I can't do that. Can't forget that. Okay, so we've got our little heart thing. Make sure that that's facing the right way. Get our thread out of the way. We've got our fresh fig ink here, and then we're done. That's inked up pretty good. Okay, right on the envelope flap. Oh, and we didn't do the inside sentiment either. What am I thinking? Ooh, that's cute. I love matching envelopes. We gotta keep that open, and we're gonna do the inside part. Okay, so this is the all the best for a future filled with love. It's hard to read upside down or backwards. Okay. Yep. Right here. Ah, wonderful. So we are done. I don't want to close this up until it's completely dry. That should do. Okay. What do you think, guys? Which one do you like better? And I'm going to try some more color combinations because I have a few weddings that I know that are going on this summer already. So these are already spoken for. Now I've got to have another one on hand just in case another one pops up. But if you make this, please send a picture to the Facebook page, Delight of My Art, and or you could If you can figure out how to put it on the website, which I'm still trying to figure out, I'd love to see what you come up with if you case this card. So thanks guys for visiting, and please visit my new website, delightofmyart.com. If you'd like to place an order, please visit delightofmyart.stampin'up.net, and have a great day. Bye guys.